On Local Lens, we dive into the stories of Calgary's local entrepreneurs, bringing our community closer together. Your lens into Calgary's thriving businesses.
Max Singh, welcome to the Local Lens. Thanks for coming on the show, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me, Adam. This is awesome, buddy.
I'm pretty excited. We've been trying to link up for a few weeks and we're finally here.
Yeah.
You're, of course, a mortgage broker here in Calgary. And tell me a little bit about that. What keeps Max Singh busy?
What keeps Max Singh busy? I guess my job is to solve puzzles. As a mortgage broker, our primary role is to help clients kind of navigate the whole financing process, right? Because it's certainly not easy today. So versus being a jack of all trades, master of none, I specialize on one product, incredibly complicated, which is the mortgage financing piece. So really my purpose is to help people get into homes and deal with that back and forth with the bank. I've been in the business. Well, I've been in the banking side now for 21 years. I'm a licensed mortgage broker with TMG, the mortgage group. I've been with them for north of a decade, which is pretty rare these days. A lot of folks kind of move around. Great group of people that I work with. I'm top 10% in the country based on my volume and unit production, and I was privileged enough to win Mortgage Broker of the Year for 2024. I'm a regular contributor to CBC and CTV and the other news outlet sources such as Canadian Mortgage Professionals magazine, and otherwise I'm not very good looking, can't run fast, can't catch a ball. Made you laugh about that earlier. So the only thing I'm good at is mortgages and buying these flowery blouses here, as you can see I'm wearing right now. Yeah,
That's right. And that's not even true. Your mom bought you that shirt, right?
My mom bought me that shirt. I admitted it to you earlier and I got no qualms you mentioning it. So Mom, if you're listening, I'm wearing the shirt. Adam likes it, so big win.
Shout out.
Yeah. Don't buy any more, Mom. Don't buy any more. That's okay. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, seems like you have a lot of fun. You love what you do, and you may as well, right? So let's talk a little bit about mortgages. As you said, it's your one superpower, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What's happening in the mortgage world right now?
It's wild, right? And that's a really good question, Adam, and what a great time to chat about it, because so my role in the transaction primarily is to advise and client instructs. So I explain to them the process and they tell me what they want, and that has worked like clockwork for God knows how long. Ever since the advisory or brokerage channel or anybody giving anybody advice. The issue that we're faced with right now, effective Monday, some might say back in November, is it's a brand new world, man. It is really tough for us to provide advice when we don't know what's going on. So powerful statement in that way, shape, or form. So my day consists of waking up in the morning, throwing my legs over the couch, my bed, going and finding a coffee. And first thing that I do with my phone is I look at bond yields. So bonds are a type of instrument, a debt instrument, but without going into too much detail as to what they are, is they set mortgage fixed pricing. So you really have your two terms or two types of interest rate products. There's more than that in the mortgage side, but variable and fixed, right? Variable set by the Bank of Canada, fixed is set by bond rates, and those tend to fluctuate every single day. So there's me in my jammies with one sock on, hair all messed up, breath that smells questionable, getting my coffee, standing in my kitchen, looking at the 5-year Canada benchmark bond yield. And the reason why I do that is it kind of sets a tone for the day for me. It tells me, hey, which direction are the markets going, specifically the debt markets, and that charges me for the day. The Bank of Canada meetings that tend to set variable interest rates, we have no control over those. The Bank of Canada is very clear. This is the dates that we're meeting. The night before that meeting, I can't sleep. I'm sitting in my bedroom like Daffy Duck, smoking cigarettes with a giant ashtray that's sitting there saying, am I going to get good news or bad news? But at least I know when those days are coming. Usually bond market, debt market doesn't fluctuate very much until the arrival of the yellow-faced man south of the border there. Now, yellow-faced man has thrown a wrench in absolutely everything that we do. I wake up every morning, bonds are up 5%. The next hour, they're down 7%. This is not what we do. We are not stock traders. We're very conservative. The fluctuations in interest rates, property values, lending policy, any of those things happen very slowly on the mortgage side. As of present right now, that's all changed. That happened effectively when tariffs were introduced on Tuesday. And we have anyone's number is best guess, but 200-year trading partner, best friend, ally, just basically prison knife you while you're facing the other direction, right? So when we discuss now, going back to that advice piece, when I have folks calling me saying, hey, Max, what should I do? This is the first time in my career in 21 years I can accurately say, got no idea, man, right? Your guess is as best as mine, right? We don't know. By 9 a.m. we have tariffs, sky's falling. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he's decided to put a pause for another 30 days, right? Like, hey man, if you're going to divorce me or cheat on me, just do it. Get it done now, right? At least we can all pick up and move onwards from there, right? Yeah. If you're banging the neighbor, just get it done. Get me out of this, right? Because we act in the way of, when I wake up in the morning, I come to the office, we call it eat the frog, right? Or rip off the bandage, whatever you like. Deal with the most difficult situation up front right away. Don't sit on it all day. Don't let it eat you. This feels like the difficult situation exists from morning to night, from sun up to sundown, right? And having clients call in and say, hey, Max, I'm looking at a new construction that's 12 or 18 months out. What are your thoughts on it? I got no clue. I don't know what the value is going to be in 12 to 18 months from now. I don't know if it's going to be a problem 12 to 18 months from now. So in a nutshell, without going through specifics, the instability is causing a lot of weirdness for us, and it's trickling down at the very highest levels of JT and DJT having a fight in the media, all the way down to us who are her rank and file, trying to communicate that message off to clients. So Calgary as a whole, along with Alberta, to answer your question, along with Western Canada, along with the North America and the Western Hemisphere and the world, and a guy in Timbuktu right now is kind of wondering what the hell's going on.
So then from all that, what I'm taking is, if I'm someone who's needing a mortgage or looking to buy a home or something, I shouldn't do anything rash, because just take a moment, kind of write it out a little bit and kind of see what happens. Don't freak out. Don't do, right? Just stay here and chill out for a second. Right?
Bang on, brother. 100%, right? And I think that's this, the byproduct of this is a large level of national unity, which is pretty cool, right? So which means lean on your neighbor, right? It's like, it's so efficient that it's written in scripture from the beginning of time, right? We have to chat with each other. Like your platforms like this, like yours, Adam, is so important this day and age, because I think everybody's just trying to get some information so they can sleep better at night. You got folks whose mortgages are renewing, where interest rates are going up, or we're coming down, and with the potential situation of tariffs resulting in rising inflation, there's a chance that interest rates go up. So they fought for years in rising interest rates to see light at the end of the tunnel. It's kind of a kick in the pants to see the goalpost move without any fault of their own. Right? That's a big piece. It's like, hey, Max, I did my part. It's coming up for renewal. The folks who are coming up today are almost a little bit more comfortable, right? Because they're like, oh, great, it's coming up today. If I'm going to get kicked in the teeth from going from 2% to 4%, at least it's going to happen today. The guys that are coming up tomorrow, because this situation's so fluid, next week, next month, next year, as an example, they were excited because they're carrying very low pricing. and they're going to try to ride out that term as long as possible into their renewal date. And again, goalpost has been changed. They don't know if they should give up, forfeit their low cost piece renewal document they have now for today's pricing, or ride out that term. Will that end renewal rate be higher or lower based upon this man-made recession that the greatest deal maker and businessman of all time, never been better, who's south of the border, who's elected president to the free world. Never been better. I've never seen how many times was he bankrupt? Sorry, I said that. No, don't worry about that. Yeah, he's great. He's the best.
Well, Mac, I really appreciate your wisdom. It's good to know there's guys like you checking the numbers every morning in your bathrobe.
Thank you, Ben.
Looking out for us. And hey, if someone wants to reach you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Best way is maybe just shoot me an email. It's max.singh, S-I-N-G-H, @mortgagegroup.com, or just go to my website. That's www.maxsingh, just the way it's spelt.com. And I'd be glad to answer your questions. There's nothing too big, nothing too small. We're here to help, really,
Fantastic. All right. Thanks for your time, Max. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for tuning into The Local Lens. Keep supporting local and stay inspired. And see you next time for more stories from Calgary business communities. Your lens into Calgary's thriving business scene.